My friends, this is Jenny on the Growth Agenda. The date is the 30th of December 2021. I think this is a good time to review our past performance for the year 2021, but also more importantly, to look into 2022 and see how differently we're going to perform. The essence of life is to grow and impact. So we impact individuals, we impact families, we impact our communities, and whole economies, and even the entire globe. So the main point here is that you're able to move your life from the gutters or from wherever it is to splendor, where you're going to leave a glorious legacy and make lasting impact on generations. But you see, it's not easy to just wake up and do that. You've got to be very intentional, and there's got to be a series of steps that you go through. Many times we have lots of hurdles. We are bashed in so many ways in the different places where we go to start our journey of growth, but that does not mark the end. So I come to you with a wisdom from a book by my Robin Sharma, and the book is called the 5 a.m. Club. It's a book that will guide you if you want to move from the flow to world-class performance as an individual. And of course, that is how you're going to be able to build this legacy that I'm talking about. So if you set your goals for last year and have evaluated and have seen where the bottlenecks were, and this is only possible if you know your purpose and have formulated it very clearly. If you haven't, that would be the starting point. So Robin Sharma writes this book. Again, the book is called the 5 a.m. Club, and breaks down a few steps. There are bits and pieces of wisdom that will help you to grow your life to that point where you are impacting societies, helping your own life to grow, but also holding hands of others so that they grow along with you. So I'll just take you through the points that I noted as I was reading. Number one is that you should know your purpose, know your goals, know your targets, know your priorities, and let these shape your lifestyle. We're going to go very fast. Number two is that wake up early. Actually, that's where the book gets its title, the 5 a.m. Club, from. Not that you should wake up at 5, but wake up early. 6:30 is not early, 7 is not early. Wake up at 4:30, wake up at 5, wake up at 5:30. The point is, wake up early enough. There is something glorious in the morning hour, so don't miss out. But when you wake up, it's also important what you do. Is it a reflection? Are you reviewing your goals previously? Are you doing exercises to empower your body? Are you doing something to mind your health? Point is your health, your emotions, your mental state, and your, that part of you where your energy springs from that will carry you through the day. So wake up early and do those things so that when eventually the day begins and everybody is busy, you are sailing through a process that you already set up. Okay, get moments and isolate yourself to think about how to inspire, to rejuvenate your soul, to reflect, to meditate. Get yourself a mentor. Who do you look up to? Who teaches you how to go through certain stages? Most of the time, these people have gone through those stages themselves, so they are speaking to you from what they have seen. So this is usually a person within your line of either profession or passion or the thing that you are pursuing. So get yourself that person. Model yourself against world class. Don't look up to people that you are higher than in the thing that you're pursuing. Look at people that will inspire you to go way above the level that you are at. The discipline of consistency. We have talked about this thing before when we were reviewing a book by John Maxwell, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. Consistency was one of them. You do not excel at things that you do once in a while. You excel at things that you do every day, every so often. Identify where your potential is, and that's where you should focus. Guard against distraction, social media, WhatsApp, Facebook, telephone, email, all those things. You don't have to be on WhatsApp all the time. You don't have to be on Facebook all the time. They are grabbing opportunities from you. They are weakening your strength to pursue your growth. Guard your mind. Protect your mind. What stuff do you permit to enter your mind? So make sure you're feeding yourself with inspirational stuff. Read about books that bring the kind of knowledge that you need to proceed to the next level. Mind your health. What do you eat? The physical exercises. How much fat do you have? Do you do wellness checks? Mind your heart, your emotions, the hate, the love, the pain, the complaining, the disgruntledness. Offload all those things and have a clean heart. And then, of course, your soul. And that is your spirituality. Who is the supreme being in your life? The spiritual supreme being. For me, it is God, Christ. I accepted Jesus Christ as my personal Lord and Savior. Who is it for you? When things are not going right in the spirit, where do you run to? I read the Bible. I go on fellowship. I pray. What is it for you? Then once the day begins, you have done your first hour of revitalizing yourself. How do you manage the rest of the hours of the day? What do you commit to? Do you prioritize? Do you run away from procrastination? School yourself to do regularly that is important. Not simple, but the important. Because the important is usually the difficult, and is usually the thing that people will run away from. Don't run away from it. And that's how you're going to be able to beat the barriers that so very often stand in our way of success. Manage your pre-sleep routine. Usually what I do is reflect on how the day has gone and think about how tomorrow will be. I diarize, so I write those down, and I focus very intently on what I want to achieve the following day. That way you're building some kind of foundation for tomorrow. Okay. Resolve to be a force for good. So things like revenge, delete, take out of your mind, hatred, a force for good. Be the one that brings a smile on people's lips. Be the one that will have good news where people's hearts are sunken. Just be that soul that brings happiness into people's lives. Of course, the book is much deeper than this, very much deeper than this, but these are the highlights. Manage your time. Manage your morning. The morning is a glorious time. The first 1 or 2 hours is loaded with treasures. The world is quiet. The brain is sharp. If you had enough rest, do not sleep late. And there is a kind of energy that comes with the feeling of I have beaten sleep. So my dear friends, that is a summary, a very, very brief summary of the book, The 5 a.m. Club by Sharma. It is a story about how you can be transformed from a life of mediocrity to a world-class life that will help you to build a legacy that will touch generations. Thank you. We shall meet again when I bring another summary of another interesting book. Have a glorious 2022.